Question 9 for RPGaDAY 2016 is an interesting one. It's beyond the game, what is involved in an ideal session. Now, I've been giving this a little bit of thought since I read it, and I think for me, the ideal session, aside from the game, it involves that sort of banter, that back and forth, that conversation between a group who really get on with each other, and they're all there pulling towards the same thing. Since you can have the best GM in the world, the best game session, if you've got people who aren't interested, they're not really invested in the game, they're just doing it to kill a bit of time, or they're bored, or they're not into it, that session will probably fall flat on its face. And the GM could have planned the most stupendous adventure that you've ever seen. He or she could have the most amazing GMing skills, but there's only so much the GM can do on their own. So I think what is involved for me in the ideal session is a group of people coming together who all have that sort of spirit of compromise. They're not just there to sort of go, yes, I'm here for my fun, that is all, fuck the rest of you guys, I'm just concerned with entertaining myself. It's that spirit of cooperation and compromise. It's a group of people coming together and going, yeah, of course, I want to have fun when I'm playing in a role-play game, but I also want you guys to have fun when you're playing in a role-play game. I want the GM to have fun, or people who are watching the game to have fun if it's on YouTube or whatever. That's what I think is very important in a game. And I tend to think that, as I said earlier, you can have the most amazing GM and the most amazing session plan, but if you haven't got a group of players who are willing to make that compromise and accept that spirit of fun, then it's going to fall flat on its face. However, you can, on the opposite end of the scale, have maybe a GM who's maybe not quite so confident or experienced, and perhaps the session is a bit sort of like mediocre in terms of the planning. But if you've got a group of amazing players who are cooperating with each other and they're there with that same spirit, you can take that potentially quite mediocre game and you can lift it into still being very entertaining and very enjoyable. Bad players, people who don't get on with each other, who are just concerned with themselves, can ruin an otherwise good game. However, excellent players can lift a mediocre game up to amazing heights. So that's what's most important to me outside the actual game. It's that spirit of cooperation, compromise and communication between a group of people and the GM. So that's my answer for that question. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for question 10. Take care.